I got a song called Dope Boy Swag, right?
Sounds
Dope Boy Swag,
Sounds
right?
a little familiar.
All right, so look, before it was Pretty Boy Swag, go look at his song. He called the shit Dope Boy Swag. Type in Soulja Boy, Dope Boy Swag, then look at the date of that shit and look at the date of my shit, and the record label must have told him that shit too gangster, change it to Pretty Boy Swag. Yeah. So did I create Pretty Boy Swag?
Sounded that way. Yo, it's your boy, it's Phil Wham Bam Benamino, and I got your favorite show on Wham Bam Wednesday, the show about ordinary people who've done extraordinary things. And as always, we're going to ask, please subscribe. Go down there, click the link, hit the button, subscribe, like it, share it. Tell us the things you don't like. We want all kinds of feedback. Today's guest I got in the house, he's 6'6", maybe 6'7" today with his boots on. He's our No, he's not a basketball player. He is an artist. We got Yohon Trotter in the house today. What's up, Yohon?
How y'all doing? Thank you for having me,
man. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate
Tall guy like yourself.
Man, tall as
You'd
hell.
think you'd be an NBA star or a superstar.
Probably could have. You had to do homework and goddamn other shit that requires you to be there.
Yeah.
But nah, I wish I could have, though.
You know what? If you sat here and they brought me in and they said, okay, guess what his profession is? You know, I'm going to say basketball. You're going to say no. I'm going to say track star. You're going to say no. But wait, track star. Don't you have somebody in the family that might be a track star in your family?
Yeah, that would be Dee Trotter, man. My little sister, Dee Trotter.
Gold medalist?
2-time. You got to call it 2-chain, 2-time gold, 1-time bronze.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. We got to learn a little bit more about her down the road. But first, how'd you get into music, man? How did music become your passion, and that's what you end up doing?
Man, actually, I flunked out of school. I was the #1 quarterback in DeKalb County.
Yeah.
And then they let me get away with everything in school, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, report card come.
Well, if you were the #1 quarterback, they needed you.
Yeah, and my school let me get it. We wasn't that good in football in school, and my coach was just a cool guy. Shout out to Coach Maurice Tyler. He coached DJ Shockley.
Maurice
Tyler.
Yeah,
he coached
I know Mo.
he coached Mo-T, Motivation.
Yeah.
So he coached DJ Shockley, and he coached me.
Yeah.
He played for the Buffalo Bills with OJ in '72, so he had a lot of football knowledge, and he had me right. And he also had pool with the teachers. And he like, man, I flunked out. I passed 2 classes, gym and home ec.
Yeah.
And
those are the 2 you passed?
I passed gym and home ec. I failed everything else.
Yeah.
Made me ineligible and shit. And he took me to each teacher and was like, yo, what can he do to change this? Because the report card is out, he's done. They made me go to Morris Brown and write essays and talk to coaches and all that kind of shit, and they changed my grade. So I slid with that, and then I just took advantage of it one more time, and it burned me one summer, and I fell off of football, and I fell into the streets. Yeah. And then I started hustling and hanging out, and the hip-hop culture was a part of what we was doing. We freestyling, we getting high, we driving around in cars, we smoking weed, we drinking, we having a good time, we partying, we talking about what we doing. We listening to 3 6 Mafia and shit like that.
Old school.
Yeah, we freestyling over them, rapping in the car over Pastor Troy and Master P and shit, No Limit and all this. And so Cash Money, we want to be Lil Wayne and them and shit. And so everybody said, hey man, you good with that shit for real, bro. And that's how I started realizing.
Were they really high? Is that why they were saying that?
No, it wasn't just my buddies. Good? They was high as hell, but you hear better when you high.
Yeah.
And my partners is real, so if it's some bullshit, we gonna quickly tell you, shut that lame ass shit, weak ass shit. So, we like to ride people and have fun. We, joking with the guys and shit. So they would have rolled the fuck out of me, but I knew I sounded good too. You know what I'm saying? So
well, you seem like a confident guy.
Yeah, I can't help it. I ain't always been that way though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get the bullied. Yeah. Before you become one.
You get bullied? As big as you are?
Growing up, I was bullied, man, at times by being in areas where I was new and shit and by myself, not no family, no big brothers, no cousins, and, people gang up on you and shit and, try to bully you and shit. Older boys might, you might be good at basketball or something. You might steal the ball from an older boy and shit, and then all of a sudden, he got a problem with you. So I've been picked on before, and that eventually turns into you once you defend yourself one time and beat the fuck out of somebody who everybody think is supposed to be somebody, and you realize, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you've been like, yeah. So
you become king.
Yeah, you don't look for trouble. With me, I never look for trouble.
Right.
I try to always talk trouble down, and I advise y'all young. What camera am I looking into?
Yeah, you're gonna be right there.
I advise all y'all young people out there to diffuse situations the best you can, to avoid them, just to walk away and, think about money or doing something more positive with your time, because, you get into some shit sometime with some people, man, that you can't get out of.
Well, in today's day, it's a lot different, man. I know growing up, same with us. We had beef.
Yeah.
We're out in the middle of the schoolyard, or, lunch cafeteria.
They ain't doing that.
We're going down, but it's a 5-minute fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these youngsters, they pulling switches.
Right, nah, exactly.
It ain't got no mode on that bitch. It's gonna go.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
That's right. People are losing lives.
They're crying first 48 until the next day, but in that moment, the emotions get hold to them, and they're gonna just run to that shit because they don't want to say, hey, let's talk about this shit real quick, bro. Mm-hmm. You got a problem with somebody, just say, hey, let's talk about it. That's what a real man gonna do. But a lot of us ain't raised by real men, so we don't know. Yeah. Especially in my community.
That's great advice.
You know what I'm saying?
That's great advice.
Yeah,
most people don't. They want to bow up.
Yeah, because it's easier to.
Yeah.
They think that's gangster because it's been told and sold in the movies and the music for entertainment purposes only. I'm telling you, it's more gangster and it's harder to restrain yourself from choking or slapping the shit out of somebody you can and want to.
Right.
And you want to say one more word like, fuck you. Sometimes it's harder to just say, God bless you,
Yeah.
You be cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see you around, you know what I'm saying? And when you do that, watch how God bless you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you believe in the Lord, I do.
Absolutely.
Whatever you believe in, you give it up. You might burn you for some weeks. You look up and see some shit going on, be like, damn, that's fucked up for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to look back and be like, oh, look what God did for me. And as soon as it happened, you remember like, okay, yeah, damn, I did that, and that's why that happened good to me. Or I did that, and that's why that happened bad to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's always a rhyme and a reason.
Yeah.
Karma's real.
Yeah, it's real.
That stuff happens.
Yeah, I know I'm off topic and stuff.
No, you're good. You're good. We talk, going down. You're out of high school now. You dropped out. I guess
Yep.
You said you're thrown out.
Yep.
Dropped out. Thrown out.
I got threw out, man.
Was.
Threw out. I fucking I bucked on the teacher and the hall and broke some windows and at a school called Open Campus.
Yeah,
it was an alternative school. All knuckleheads know it, and yeah, that was a wrap for me. So I went and got a GED, and I had an OG at the time. Shout out my OG Pearl. You know what I'm saying? He was a drug dealer. He sold cocaine, and
did you get involved in that?
At times, I had my own hustle, which was weed back then.
Okay.
So I sold weed, and the pitch with him, and once my mom found out, because he was actually my hood basketball coach. So once I flunked out of school ball, it was a park called Linwood Park. Shout out to everybody in Linwood. But they had like hood basketball, and we used to play, and he was a coach. He came and picked me up every day. He paid me to play. You ever seen Above the Rim with Tupac and Birdie? I'm that nigga they pay to play basketball. I don't want to play, but he'll pay me, I'll play.
Right.
So he did that, and he
6'5". I can't believe you wouldn't want to play.
About 6'1" or 2" then, so I'm getting up there in height.
Yeah.
And so
you putting it down?
Yeah, I was trying to goddamn slam that bitch from. Yeah, everybody know me from. Yeah, I was more of a 3-point guard, Magic Johnson thinker, passer. I'm brains of the outfit everywhere I go. That's why I don't do crime, because I'm for surely gonna be goddamn like what they call it, the mastermind.
Right.
Shit. Yeah. So so he ended up. I said, man, he got a bag. He got some money. So I started saying, hey, you want to invest in me as a rapper? And so he heard me rap and was like, yeah, I fuck with it. And he took me to Knock Hard Studio. Shout out Pete Jacobson in Chester Bridge. Pete worked with everybody. He took me down there and he spent like $100 an hour back then? And he'd do that shit every day, but it'd be like for 5 or 6 hours. So it'd be like 600. He sold cocaine. He was like every single day for like years. You know what I'm saying? He helped me sharpen my craft, and we made music and shit like that. And we came out, brought all my friends along. We had a whole movement with this shit, L.A. from Trillville, he was actually rapping up under me and with me and shit, and he moved and did his own thing. My sister went to school and did her thing, and it ended up just being me and my partners, Josh and Worm and shit, and we came up with a group, and we just rapped out like that until I ended up going so long that I outgrew everybody with the shit.
So what was an average day for you then? Like, you're just going to the studio, hanging out?
Hell yeah, I get up.
Who's cutting beats and everything else? You doing that too?
My mama thought I was going to school still, So I would get up, I would catch the MARTA to school and shit, and or get a ride from my partners, and I would sell weed in the hallway, in the bathroom, and I would dip when they rung the bell. And then I would get in the cab and head to a bruh house, and he'd open the door and walk to his room and go to sleep, and he had bought me like this keyboard shit from Mars Music. And so I would make my own beats and shit, and I would write my own raps and shit. We go to the studio that day, and I'd do that shit. And I did it every day for some years. And then at nighttime, we would go to a project. He had a lot of houses. He sold dope in the houses, and we would go through all the projects, and then we would leave there like 12 o'clock at night, drop him off. Me and my buddies go to the club, and I'd play the songs that I made that day or that week in the clubs and see if the people like it and shit.
Right. Back then you could do that.
Yeah.
You can go to a DJ and say, hey, play this.
Shit ain't happening.
Throw them a few dollars.
It ain't happening.
You know,
you can do it now.
It's tough.
It's
tough,
pressure
though.
on that shit though. Because even if somebody asks me, because I promote and shit, if the club, I'm a real one though, and I know what it took. So if I see it, man, if my DJ, look, you want to give bro $200 to do this shit? If he gonna take the 100, it's extra 200 for him, he'll do it. Just do it real quick, you know what I'm saying? Play like half the song or shit. And then if dude asks for the mic, give him the mic. Tell your homeboy, get you on camera real quick and tag the club, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep it pushing. They don't want that shit. They got to buy a VIP section. That shit, you know how Vegas is and all that shit.
Yeah.
You got to do a lot, goddamn, to get your music heard nowadays. It ain't the same.
So let me ask you, were you one of those guys out in the streets there handing out your CDs and stuff back
I was
then?
pressing it up, handing it out.
Now, were you selling them or giving them away?
At first, I was giving them away. And then I got hooked on to putting a barcode on the back of it, going in to get the consignment deal, or putting it on cdbaby.com and doing the distribution shit. And
were you ever worried about somebody stealing your stuff though? Stealing your music, stealing your
my
beats?
music been stolen a lot of times.
It has?
My music been stolen a lot.
What does that feel like?
All right, let me break this shit down for regular people. When you looking at somebody like me, who you don't know, I am half of the influence of what the fuck you love in music and what you've been loving for over decades. I'm one of the motherfuckers that's a creator that come up with the way motherfuckers dress, look, talk, walk, slang, all that shit. And we hang out, and celebrities, they see that shit, they peep that shit, they hang with us. We think we cool because we hanging with them. Next thing you know, motherfucker rap sound like your shit. Exactly like your shit. Motherfucker got on the same shit, or can go buy the real shit, the best shit, better than what he's seeing you doing, because he got the plug to do what he's doing. He's copycatting. Happened in one day. You heard Young Jock say, Diddy went to the club, seen a girl at the top of the thing with her head shaved, took Cassie the next day and shaved her head. We give Cassie the credit for the shaved head. What about the girl that came up with the shit? She's one of me.
Right.
So
there's been a lot of people.
Yeah, I can name shit. I can name a lot of songs and a lot of shit.
Go ahead, throw off a few. Man.
Let me see. All right, one I never said out loud was Soulja Boy. I always say he the first, right? Shout out to Soulja. I don't even know the young nigga, but he cool. I fuck with it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was in that bitch, right? So I got a song called "Dope Boy Swag." I mean, anybody got a YouTube can look this shit up. It's fucking
Dope Boy Swag.
So I got a song called "Dope Boy Swag," right? So it's a dope boy swag, dope boy swag, dope boy swag,
sounds
right?
A little familiar.
All right, so look, go before it was Pretty Boy Swag. Go look at his song. He called the shit "Dope Boy Swag." Type in Soulja Boy, "Dope Boy Swag." Then look at the date of that shit and look at the date of my shit, and the record label must have told him that shit too gangster, change it to Pretty Boy Swag. Now, I never said that shit on air before because I ain't never cared to shine or take nothing from nobody, but that's just some shit. The dates don't lie. My video gonna be one date, his Dope Boy Swag gonna be dated after mine, and then he gonna actually have a Pretty Boy Swag. Yeah. So did I create Pretty Boy Swag?
Sounding that way.
Oh,
we know who got paid for it though.
Yeah, that's how it go.
Right.
Because the record label's gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then people gonna do that. I mean, it's hip hop though, so
talk about that, man. Talk about the record labels a little bit. How hard it is to get with a record label.
It's hard.
It's
hard if you front. It's hard, especially for us back in the days in the South, because we didn't have record labels on the sidewalk. See, I had an experience to be able to go to New York and go to like Rock Nation and to Titles and to go back there and to try to get deals and all that kind of shit. So I seen like you walking down the sidewalk and all that shit's on the sidewalk. You can walk into Def Jam. Like if we can get in the car right now and walk into all these record labels, that's a big advantage.
Sure.
We didn't have it in the South, so we had to be independent. And that's why we run shit now in the South, because you made to do it by yourself. So you got like Master P and the J Princes, the Tony Drapers and all that shit back then, the Suave Houses, and you know, I say J Prince, P, Gucci now, and all these people, they self-made artists. So they are record labels. They know how to run their own machine. Right. Versus
yeah, but don't you think that a lot of that is because it's better to own your own stuff than giving it away to somebody else?
Depending.
Because doesn't the record labels own you? Depending. I mean, as an artist?
They probably will. It depends on, it's most likely going to be a 360 deal, probably 9 times out of 10, unless you work a move a certain way, which somebody might. But it depends on this, because I looked at it that way my whole life. But on a business sense, now that I trade stocks and do options and all this other shit, and I look at life different with the numbers, what's owning 100% of nothing?
Right.
If you can't move it, then why not partner? So everybody else is partnering. Adidas, Nike, you know, everybody else is partnering. So if an artist can't, if it's not, I wouldn't say give my shit away though. So I want to be clear with that, because they're gonna maximize it to a level that you're gonna be wishing that you did.
Sure.
Keep it to. But I do say good business comes in different forms. And so it depends on how you work your move. Everybody's situation might be different. So that's why I don't want to speak, because I don't really know. I never signed a label contract, because what they be offering to me, I was one of them do it yourself. And I'm like, that shit ain't really the numbers they was hollering to give people. A lot of people jump on it, like young people, because you hear 20,000 up front real quick.
Right.
That shit sound crazy to a lot of motherfuckers. They'll grab it,
especially when they got bills.
Yeah, and they be like 20,000. But if you already was getting 20,000, or you've then lost it on dice tables in Vegas and weekends, you looking at it like that ain't gonna be enough to do nothing with. And so you holding out, hoping that your shit get, no. But record labels want certain shit for certain reasons. Right. And maybe nowadays, since all this fucking and sucking is getting exposed, I get in the room. Well, he's not gonna do none of that shit. Don't even fuck with him. Get somebody else. He's not gonna be sucking no dick and busting his ass open and all this shit Diddy got these niggas doing, man.
And that's some crazy shit or what? Did you go to a Diddy party? Come on, man. Tell us.
I have never been to no kind of shit like that, man. I wish I would have went to some celebrity parties.
Would you have went?
The shit I used to go do was like just regular hood shit, like in celebrity. I might look up and see DMX at some shit I'm at. I never chased that kind of shit. Like, I'm trying to tell you, we the influencers. So I didn't think where the fuck they was at was the place to be. Yeah. When he come to Atlanta, I'm a young nigga. I don't want to go to a Puffy party. I'm from Atlanta. I listen to Master P, No Limit and shit. Puffy and them just ain't my realm of some shit. I go to a club at the Bounce. I go to I go to the what's it called? The Bounce, Prime Time, hood clubs and shit. I wasn't Diddy bopping, champagne popping. That wasn't no shit we was on back then. So it was like, it wasn't. Now
listen, you go to a lot of clubs now, and you're actually the master at these clubs.
Yeah, man, they don't want to give me credit for that shit, but Atlanta know what the fuck going on. Like, I be piping up the city, man. Everywhere I go, everywhere I be, say I bring love, I bring people, I bring numbers out, you know what I'm saying? I make folks buy bottles and sections, and people enjoy themselves and have fun. Some nights is a hit and miss, and they still gonna have fun like it was a fucking.
All right, so what is it like, man? Let's be honest. You got a video out there, and I watched this video with a bunch of girls at a club, okay, and all they're doing is twerking,
throwing that ass,
throwing it all over the place,
throwing that ass in the circle, man.
Throwing it all over the place.
It bring all kind of shit in my head.
Now, do you sit there and go, "Oh man, like that I didn't need to see, like that one I didn't need to see."
No. Oh yeah, some of them.
Yeah, like that one I did not need to see. You know what I'm saying? But
I know, because that goddamn camera gonna get some views, and that shit gonna do something, even if she's ugly, if she's busted, if she's disgusted, if she fine, she said whatever it's gonna do, that shit gonna do something, because it's internet. So people gonna laugh at it. So I used to look at it like, man, get them ugly ass girls off my goddamn stage. I don't want ugly ass in my twerk off, man. I want just pretty girls up that motherfucker. But nah.
I was told you were twerking with them.
Oh, hell no. We don't shake no ass.
I was told you were
twerking with them. We ain't doing no Diddy in this city around it. I know it's a lot of ass and shaking titties in Atlanta, man, but I am not one of them, man. Yo, they know. We don't do none of that, man.
So what is
There's
it
a
like,
lot of
though?
niggas out here be shaking ass and twerking and popping and shit, but I ain't one of them.
Well, you know, it's funny, but is that something that's required now to do videos, to do music, to get this R&B and the hip hop into the culture? Do you have to have that ass in the videos?
No.
Because you see it more and more.
Yeah,
it's all about a
'cause-
sex show.
Well, because it's following. This is a following culture.
Yeah.
It's about following. So people aren't really leaders. So they say, "Oh, that video did it. That we gotta do it too. We could do it better." You know, you don't have to do that shit. I'm gonna tell artists
But
right
it's
now.
there.
That
Every
shit,
other song you see,
not
it's
even
there.
not even every song. Every other girl you see.
Yeah, that's
I
facts.
go open my Instagram. I see 50-year-old black, white, everybody's showing that shaking ass, cooking in the kitchen and all kind of shit. Soccer mamas and I'm like, everybody twerking, everybody getting some money or everybody. I'm like, y'all twerking for y'all. Wash your face and brush your teeth. It's fucking 7 a.m. and I'm looking at ass shaking on the computer every day. So it's like a part of the culture type damn near shit.
What does that make you feel? Now I know you're a single dad.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got a daughter. How old's your daughter?
She's 10. Shout out my daughter, Cherish.
Cherish. So shout out to Cherish too. However, what do you think Cherish thinks when she sees Daddy there doing a twerk off?
She don't see it.
She don't see it. Come on, it's on the internet. It's all over
No,
the place.
she doesn't. She's not allowed to see those kind of pages or that kind of activity.
How do you stop her?
It's a mute.
It's a mute.
It's a mute on her page where she's not allowed to see my page.
But she's got to have friends, man. They know who you are. You know, look at you. You got a great presence.
Some
People
of my
wanna
friends,
check in you.
some of my friends are street, and some of their kids do know me, and some of them let their kids know, and they know. But my daughter is kind of sheltered with me, so she doesn't spend the night at people's homes, and you
You make sure of that.
Yeah,
You
we don't
keep
do
on
none
around,
of that,
keep on
man.
around.
Yeah, we don't. You know.
Do you ever think about that when some of these girls are up there
Yeah,
twerking,
but-
being like, you know what, man?
Not even just twerking.
That's somebody's daughter.
Not even just twerking, the strip club.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it because I was like, you know, once you get into going to church and shit sometime and you get older and then you have a daughter and you want better for her, I looked and I'd be like, this is my literally thought. I might just be in a club, might just be smoking weed and getting high and shit, and I might not be thinking about nothing, but damn, she look good or whatever. Then I'd be like, seeing somebody doing something in the corner, I'd be like, damn, I wonder how the fuck did they get here? Like, what happened? Did somebody touch them? Did they parents like just let them just didn't keep up with the fuck what they was going on? Like
Self-esteem.
Like, did they need money?
No
Like,
love.
damn, motherfucker. I'd be like, man, I wish, and I just stop sometimes, be like, Lord, I ask you to touch her right now and bless her, whatever you got for her, you know what I'm saying? Make a way for her so people don't have to do this shit. Get your money, you know what I'm saying? However you get your money. I don't judge nobody.
Right.
Like I said, I was in the streets. I didn't sold bootleg CDs, clothes, fucking weed. I didn't coke,
Hey,
all kind of
Do
shit.
you regret any of that looking back? Would
Hell
you
no.
go back and change it?
You can't.
You can't, but if you could, would you go back and change
I
it?
wouldn't change a damn thing.
You know?
Walk the road that God has shown, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you change some shit you did, it changes who you
become.
are. Should we change time?
Right.
I would never want to change slavery.
Right.
I would never want to change Jesus dying for me on the cross.
That's deep.
Hell burnt. You know what I'm saying? ASAP.
yeah.
So it's like, you're going to be who you be off of the mistakes you learn from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The lessons that you learn. You know what I'm saying?
Key right there. Lessons you learned.
And the things you did.
That you learned.
That you learned.
You learned.
So you move on.
You have to learn.
Right. And you got to move on. So
A lot
when
of
you
people
learn,
get the lessons, but they don't learn from them.
some people learn and still continue to do.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. They're still getting the lessons because they didn't learn from it. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Yeah,
and they got to be aware of that shit.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, too many lessons is a chop off.
That's right.
And you end up dead. That's a wrap. I tell my little buddies all the time, that shit, you got to quit playing around out here because even older niggas like 30s and 20s and shit, 40s, 50s, look at entertainers and shit. They going down at an old age, man.
Yeah.
The Puffy and them got to be like 50-something, 60-something.
Yeah, they're 50s.
They going down for some shit like that.
They're done.
That shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
So they didn't learn their lessons a long time ago.
That was that karma we were talking about.
That's fucked up.
Coming back.
Doing shit to people like what they saying they doing, you know, if these allegations is what they say, you know.
Right.
I'm not one to pick a side and shit I don't have a fight in, but from, you know, just allegations of what you hearing and victims and people like, you know, everybody who coming out ain't goddamn.
Anytime you're a victim of anything, somebody forcing you to do something against your will,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's a problem.
That shit's crazy.
That's a problem. And people get hurt from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the person that's going through it will never heal from it. And the person doing it, going to get it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the guy up top is going to see it all.
Oh yeah,
You
you'll
know?
never win. I mean, I haven't seen a motherfucker win yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure maybe somebody won, but
Well, they get.
I didn't see nobody win. I mean, I ain't see Big Meech win. I'm still waiting to see somebody win.
Yeah.
I ain't.
Well, they made a big deal out of OJ, right? It's not OJ won. He got away with it.
OJ ain't win. They locked his ass up for that
I know.
bullshit
Turn
forever.
around, exactly, and he's dead.
OJ dead early.
Know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess it determines of what your definition of winning is.
Plus, if you care about your goddamn name, see, I'm different. I'm gonna raise the whole. Excuse my language. I ain't mean goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But.
There's some holy water there.
Please sprinkle me.
So let me give you some sprinkled wham bam water.
Bless me.
There you go. There you go. There, Lord. On that. There you go. You are healed, baby.
Got to drink it though. Hell inside. Thank you, Lord.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Phil Benamino, CEO and founder of Cost Plus Processing, the company that provides financial services to your business. We provide things such as POS systems, ATM machines, and check services. One of the biggest things that we strive ourselves here at Cost Plus Processing is our customer service. We are an A+ rated with the BBB with customer service, and we're proud to say we're here in the United States with all of our customer service agents. Our objective is to actually teach you and educate you about the costs that you're currently paying and show you ways where you can eliminate those costs that you no longer have to pay. One of the biggest programs that are out there today is our dual pricing program, where you actually can offer your customers now a choice of how they want to pay. Do they want to pay with cash or do they want to pay with card? And if they pay with card, it actually helps you to absorb the card fees, so you no longer have to pay the fees like you've done for many, many years. Cost Plus Processing aligns ourselves with some of the top POS companies out there in the industry today. For example, we have perfected the car dealership industry, and our dedicated team are equipped to manage a variety of online payment forms and financing options that merchants require in this advanced ecosystem of payments. If you have a restaurant, we are proud to be able to manage the ongoing difficulties that arise from this fast-paced industry, and you're looking for pay at the table, where customers can easily swipe their cards, tap their cards, and make their payments with tip, and also have a choice of how they want to pay, we have the solutions for you here at Cost Plus. We want to help other small business owners make their dreams come true by providing the best financial support. From barbershops to liquor stores, having the ability to take payments scheduled online and make calculating tip sharing an easy task only helps business owners put more attention and money into what really matters the most. Also, Cost Plus Processing is on the front end of AI. We can also provide you kiosks for your business, so customers can walk over to the kiosk and order anything that they want. Likewise, if you're having problem getting employees in the kitchen to work, we can also provide you robots that will actually deliver your food straight to the customer. I want to thank you for the time that you took to learn a little bit about Cost Plus Processing, and most importantly, why we are the future of merchant processing.
So, getting back to the music, let's talk about your music career, because obviously that took off. You turned around. Not only you writing, okay, I mean making your own artists, but you do a lot of writing for a lot of stars and a lot of people that have some hits now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The people don't even probably know.
Nah, they don't know, because I don't. Some of that shit made me sour in my spirit, and I didn't want to talk about the shit.
Let's talk about it, man.
Okay,
Come
cool.
on.
So,
dude, you're a part of that. That's a big deal.
Hell yeah, it's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
And like I say, I don't hold no grudges. So I speak real though.
Yeah.
So if it was my brother right there or my mother right there, I love them. So I'm gonna tell you how you made me feel. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They should tell me how I made them feel. We should communicate. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it and then figure it out and move on, grow together and be better. But you still gonna hear, like, I love my dad. My dad passed away. Like I said, he still had to hear my music. My pop left when I was 9 to smoke crack, but nigga, you left when I was 9 to smoke crack. This is my story. It's not yours. You know what I'm saying? So I can't
You wrote that from that.
Yeah, so I just can't just, even though I love you, not put my music out, because somebody else's dad left them to smoke crack or somebody's meth or whatever the fuck they on, they relate to what I said. They can hear me and look at me and be like, he made it.
That's right.
We eat noodles a day, but he ain't saying he made it. They look at you got to give hope and motivation. Hell
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I wrote for a few folks, but like B.O.B. probably the biggest one, though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I wrote a song called, I wrote a lot of shit with him. You know what I'm saying? I always worked with him. So I want to be clear on that. Yeah. Like, he's a good person to work with. Amazing talent. Shit, we probably wrote like over 20 songs, like on several occasions. Fun guy to work with. You go in that motherfucker, it's like he makes it comfortable. It's like PSs everywhere. It's Xboxes all over the place. It's like stacks of pizza and shit. You can't even eat all this shit.
Rocco, go get this man a pizza, man. Call up.
It's food everywhere, right? And you just got it set up. There's plenty of herbals and weed and shit and liquor. Whatever you need to do this music is there. Yeah. And like I said, I thought he was a fucking clone for a minute because we making music and he's like, tell the engineer, get up. He start engineering. Walks over here, grabs the guitar, go sits on the drums. I said, what the fuck? This motherfucker is a fucking alien or some shit. And he go in there, he's like, all right, let's do the words. So I like working with him because like we don't need no pen and we don't need no paper. See, a lot of people don't know this about me. The producers I work with, all the celebrity producers I work with, they know Shy Stupid Beats and everybody. I don't need no paper, for real. So I'm different. He don't either. And when you got two people like that working in front of him, and he's saying one word and I'm saying one word and we going back and forth, it's cool. But I never seen nobody walk in there and say it now. And say it how we made it. He's amazing. Yeah. But I made some music with him, and one of the songs, the biggest song we got is on the album called Water. It's called False Flags. And that's written by myself and B.O.B. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. It's about fake news. You know what I'm saying? All this shit going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much is about, you know, society and fake news and shit. So yeah, we got that together, and we got some other songs too. But that experience, it was great. But
what made you think of the fake news? I mean, obviously, you know, when you come up
actually
with songs,
I'll be honest, that was actually his idea.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, I want to make a song about fake news and shit and like some false flag. And I was like, oh yeah, false flag, fake news. Cool. And cops was killing people and shit, or all this other shit was going on. So we was like, yeah. Then we was just like, boom, boom, boom. We was going back. We was doing all of that in that song. Yeah. We did all that religion. You know how B.O.B. think this motherfucker will say the earth is flat or some shit. He'll say anything, goddamn, what he think on his mind. So his music is that way. So we went in and went the fuck in on that song. But that experience, I learned a lot. Yeah. I learned a lot. Shout out to B.O.B. too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? It's not no slight or none of that. I'm just real when I talk. So my experiences I learned with him was about working with artists. And after working with him as an artist, I learned that I don't like and don't really want to work with that many artists. It got to be a special situation that I'm involved in to work with artists, because not to say it's not an even swap, because it is. Mm-hmm. I'm an independent artist coming off the street that he blessed me and got on my song called Trap House. Y'all check it out. My Trap House featuring Yohon Trotter and Jazzy Faye, my motherfucking brothers. So, but
you filmed that right here?
In the pinups. Shot the pinups. They let me walk in that motherfucker with my camera. You cannot walk in pinups with a camera. You cannot go in the locker room with a camera. R.I.P. Rob, he's gone now, but they let me, Black Rob, they let me walk in there and bring cameras in the dressing room. And man, a lot of people shout out to Cheeks Films. They came down here and shot that video for me for free. R.I.P. my girl Leah was my stylist in that video, and she pulled all the strings and make all that shit happen with the video and everything. And like a lot of love was shown. And I had money, shot the studio space. I went and shot my own video. I paid for my own shit. They didn't charge me to do my music though. So B.O.B. asked me to get on my song, so I didn't have to pay him. And they just came to the video shoot once they seen I booked it and went out my way and all that, and we just did that shit. It was just a little, my best I can do. I produced the video along with my dude Chinks, but
nice.
Yeah, so
you know, you talk about, you know, B.O.B. being such a good person.
Yeah.
Who's the worst person you ever worked with?
In the same nutshell, man, the taste of my mouth was sour from that shit. Yeah. Because with that B.O.B. shit, like, it was the best artist and the best person that I ever worked with, the biggest situation. But I think because he had a lot going on in his career at the time, from leaving record labels and shit and changing his manager from his cousin and shit, that certain shit just was like, I had to reach back for the paperwork. Like, we had talked and everything, like, okay, whatever songs we use, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never said this, but whatever songs we use, but this is so other artists can know coming up. Fuck the secrets. Yeah. This shit gonna keep on happening. Y'all motherfuckers figure it out. But whatever songs we use, we gonna use for his shit. I'm here for you. But man, whatever songs we don't use, bro, you can just take them and do them, and you can use them for, you know what I'm saying, yo shit, whatever. Cool, that's some big shit to tell a person, you know what I'm saying, who ain't where you at.
Right.
He's got 30 million records sold. You got Bruno Mars on music. Beautiful girls all over the world. That's B.O.B.
Yeah.
I'm working with that guy.
Right.
So you're saying I can have these songs that we're making together when we're done. Made all these songs and shit, and then the fucking song, his album comes out. Somebody hits me up. Hey, bro, congratulations. I was like, on what? Remember that snippet you played on Instagram? I just heard B.O.B. album. That shit's on there, bro. You made it on the album. I'm like, what the fuck? So I went on there. I'm like, nobody called me. Nobody tagged me. No paperwork with this shit.
Right.
So I called B.O.B. all the time. No answer, no answer, no answer, no answer, no answer, no answer. I'm like, God damn. When you need me, though, I'm dropping where I'm at. Pulling up studio sessions with B.O.B. That shit's like 12 hours, bro. And smoking so much weed till your eyes goddamn bleed fucking with this motherfucker. So it's hard work. So it's like, you expecting to goddamn like get a call. Like, hey man, congratulations, man. Your song made it on the album. We having a mixtape release. I mean, album. It's an album release party. You want to pull up? He don't allow people to write on his music, so it's not like a shitload of people involved.
Right.
He took ownership over that whole album, so it said all songs written and produced by B.O.B.
So you got no credit.
I had to dig back to get it, so I finally hit like with a more aggressive text, and then 1 second, you know what I'm saying?
Got the call. Yeah.
What's up, bro? I said, bro. Man, what song was it? What? Man, we got to get it right. So he did go and get it right because he made his cousin.
Shout out to him for that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, because he got on his cousin.
Not everybody does that.
Yeah, he got on Be Rich ass to like, bro, he blamed it on, I don't know whose fault it is.
Right.
So I ain't going to say, I don't know.
Okay.
But he got on somebody's ass and got me my part show credit. Not what I feel I was owed for the song. So that's what I'm saying too about artists. Take the swap and take the opportunity. Because I did.
Explain that to some people that don't really understand what the swap means.
The swap means you ain't got shit going. This motherfucker got shit going. They got motion. You don't got no motion like them. Allowing you to be around in that circle is the swap. So whatever you're there for that you provide, whether you're holding the camera, you got talent, or whether you are producing music, writing, whatever the fuck you're doing for them, if you're doing it for free, then that's the swap.
You're still gaining something from it.
That's a swap. You know what I'm saying? If it's taking a risk, I'm doing it for free up front and hoping they pay you, that's a swap. Because just make sure you get something out that shit while you there mentally.
Right.
Like learn from shit that you had access to before. And so I took the swap, and that's why it never burned me so bad, because I was in Grand Hustle Studios. I was around other artists.
So listen, man, talk a little bit about, artists. You talk a lot about smoking weed all the time. Yeah. Does every artist, is that required? Do you have to smoke weed?
Hell no.
To be a studio? Why is it that people feel though like, oh, I gotta smoke because that's when I'm more creative, or that's when why is that such a thing? Some of these, I don't see any artists smelling, like they don't smoke. Like, you're around
I don't
them,
think Lil Yachty smoke, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think Lil Yachty does no drugs. He's a Boys and Girls Club kid. He came
Lil
from...
Yachty, you did some work with Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Wait, you coached Lil Yachty,
Lil
didn't
Yachty,
you?
I had a basketball team. I was a gym coach at Boys and Girls Club. Shout out Tony Matthews, Boys and Girls Club. Miles was on my... Y'all know him as Yachty. I know him as Miles.
I was going to say, who's Miles?
Miles is Yachty. You know what I'm saying? So he was on... he was at the Boys and Girls Club, and I had like a little basketball team, gym type thing every day. And I called him Soulja Boy back then. He been a star.
Oh, yeah?
Yachty been a star. He told me I gave him his first rap CD. I talked to him some years later as he was a star already. And he said it was Young Jeezy, Trap or Die.
Yeah?
Yeah, I screenshotted our face conversation, but he said it was Young Jeezy, Trap or Die. I sold bootleg CDs at work, and I had like a little gray bag in the office, and he was like, man, you went and got... I went in there and I got a CD out your bag. It was Young Jeezy, Trap or Die. You gave me my first rap CD.
Yeah.
I said, that's crazy, man. So I guess I am influential.
There you go.
In the city some way.
Did you ever ask him to be on a feature? Do something with you?
To write some music for him, some hooks, and we're going to get together on something like that. I actually got invited to his show, went out with him. He performed at Club Opera, and I got a chance to go on, watch him on stage, do his thing, and get with him backstage afterwards, and just talk to him and chop it up, and just tell him I was proud of him. Yeah. See where he got to, and yeah.
Shout out like when you see a little kid playing basketball, and then all of a sudden
he was just all over the damn club. He was doing everything. He wasn't just basketball. He was just Mr. Everybody. But yeah, it's amazing when you see something like that, and then the money they make, and the way the people embrace him, and how much of an influence he is. He's a Boys and Girls Club kid, so he come from you know, he a real one.
Yeah.
Yachty real, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He wasn't no super privileged
Well, it's
kid.
good that
no.
he didn't forget where he came from either.
Yeah, he's still around the hood too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good shit. But getting back into the weed stuff and the smoking, is that a thing that you got to do?
I don't think I think it's a thing that each person. A lot of people do that shit because they think everybody else do this shit, and they just got to do it to be
They
a
feel like they
goddamn
gotta
rapper.
get the
If you
fit
got to
in.
have a rapper kid, you got to goddamn pop some perks, smoke some weed, throw some X, get some lean. You got to goddamn get a chain. You got to get a Cuban now. They got to have a Cuban. They got to have a big boy diamond Cuban. They got to get the TV. You got to get. It's a whole kit to go with this shit. You got to get some girls behind you twerking and shit. And we had shit in the days, but that's the culture that was embarked on it. Snoop Dogg and them came with that goddamn chronic.
Yeah.
Parliament turned them on to the weed with my, I guess, grandparents or mom or whoever was listening to that kind of music. Then then they turned Snoop Dogg and them, and Snoop Dogg them turned us, and then we kept going, and you got everybody making songs about smoking, and it's just the culture of the shit. So I think half people do it because it's just the culture of the shit. Then once you start smoking weed as an artist, some people do it because it does open up a different element in your mind, I would say.
Well, yeah,
you might reach
it alters your
because
mind
your
for
brain
sure.
thinks and knows shit that you ain't even aware it does.
So can you come up with stuff without weed?
Yeah.
You can do either way.
Yeah, you don't need the weed to do the music. But I think
Some people do.
It's a comfortable thing. You don't need a lick. You don't need a.
No, I was with a woman that would not play
a glass of
music
liquor to
without.
go to the club either. So you can go to the club and you have a good, but it loosens you up with a shot. You know, so it's like it's the same thing with the weed type. I guess it's the same shit.
Yeah, it's just funny because you see some of the younger generations now, and these kids. When I say young, we're talking 9, 10-year-old kids.
Yeah, I know.
Smoking that weed, trying to fit in, trying to be that. They want to be that rapper.
Smoking
They
more
want to
than
be
weed.
They are smoking.
They got
more.
guns, and I come from the hood, so I had to stop all the time. Man, I met with the mayor, and we talked. It's on my Instagram, Yohon Trotter. Y'all check it out. But the mayor of Atlanta, man, that kid shit is a problem, bro. Like, I let him know that I know a lot of 10-year-olds and 9-years-old, like how they on Instagram with that shit.
Right.
How do
we fix that, man? That's the question.
It start at home, man.
It does start at home.
It got to be better parents.
Yeah.
You got to be better parents.
But see, parents, and I say this, I coached obviously a lot. A lot of kids, coached throughout many years, different sports, different athletes, different things. But the reality is, a lot of these parents, if they don't have something to put their kid into, as sports, as something like that, what are the kids actually doing?
They become
They're
product
at home,
of the neighborhood. Yeah.
They're at home. They're scrolling on that end, and they're seeing.
And that's what you said. You said the first. I think the first step is the parents. The next step would be us. Would be me.
Yeah.
It would be the community. It would be the OG. It would be the big bro. It would be the unc. Whatever they want to call you. It's the big homie. It's you. And so the reason why I never got deep into that cocaine stuff and all that, and I kept my weed hustle, I got older and things progressed, but my OG had nothing to do with that.
Were you ever worried about getting arrested, going to
Yeah,
jail?
all the time. But my mom's deal with him was, you can coach my kid in his music and his basketball, but I know what you do. And don't turn him on to it and don't involve him with it. Or else we got a problem.
Right.
And he respected her to the point where he would never let me, as much as I wanted to, make more money, fuck with the white shit. He'd be like, man, I don't know nothing to do with your mom, man. So it's up to niggas like that and me to say, hey, but you got rappers around here. A lot of pussy-ass rappers, man. Y'all know who y'all is too, man. And I called you that because that's what you is, because you doing some whole shit by putting guns in kids' hands, and then you got kids out here killing each other. No, literally acting like your killers, like the shooters, that's you bragging on these songs about the kids that's your shooters. But you saying you got shooters that's killing folks. But we know in the hood y'all got kids that's the killers. So you got millions of dollars, but you got the kids doing that shit instead of getting them in the studio.
They're running the neighborhood.
Y'all got them selling weed and doing dope or whatever they gonna do, just slide for you when you got a problem. Why you got millions of dollars told anybody to do some shit like that, let alone a child? So that's the problem. It's too much. That shit ain't cute where I come from. Like, that shit ain't cute. Me and my partners won't smoke weed with kids. We won't hang with kids. I don't think it's cool No young nigga around me talking about, I got my switch on him, bro. Man, get that shit lame. Bro, you was like, we real men. And that's what's missing. You know what I'm saying? From the time you're 25 and up, you should be on that.
See, these kids today need to hear more of that. You know what I'm saying? They need to see people like yourself who came out of the hood, who made something of themselves, who loves Jesus, who loves living,
Man,
who
God
loves life.
He's the gangsters it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Who took puncture wounds for somebody they don't even know?
Yeah, exactly.
How much gangster is it gonna get?
Exactly.
It ain't gonna get no gangster than that. He said he didn't even do it willingly.
Yeah.
He served God willingly the whole time, but then he was ready to die. That's why I made me think different. He served God willingly the whole time, and he was about to die. He went outside and said, "You forsaking me." He told God that, like you, bro, I ain't. That's crazy. You crazy. That's you want me to? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he said, "I know they're not gonna even respect it. You want me to do that?" And he still did it. If we know somebody won't even like us, we won't even give them a glass of water.
Yep.
He did that, so. If you find that, but a lot of them don't know about that shit because our grandparents and all that instilled us. So I asked my young partner one time, I said, you move up the hood, they're gonna kill you, right? So somebody had got killed, and I heard he was next. And I know he ain't on that like he acting. I said, you gotta dip. I said, on that, they gonna run off the block. I said, yeah, get ran off the block because you ain't like that. And they coming for real. You got a little girl, you just had a baby, you got a daughter. I said, get your family and go head on, man. And you got a long life to live. Trust me, young brother, you feel me? I said, you know about God? And he looked at me and twisted his dreads and said, I heard about it. I said, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know nobody telling them shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you ain't gotta have God, you ain't gotta have Jesus. You can believe in whatever you believe in, but just make sure it's some positive shit. You know what I'm saying? You go further that way. It's money to make. It's money to make, you know what I'm saying? And there's shit out here for them young folks. They got the internet, they got access to avenues that we didn't have.
Right.
They got ways to make bread at home to not have to work for nobody. Never know how it feel to have damn near a whip on your back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You the boss your whole life. Generational wealth. So focus on that shit, not riding around smoking weed, shooting guns and bullshit. That shit make you don't want to do nothing. Weed make you don't want to do shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Liquor, same shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Guns and shit, going to jail and shit.
Is it worth it?
Look at Reddit. Pull up jail videos on Reddit. The shit that you can watch on that shit they putting on that they doing to people. I don't think you want to go to jail.
Right.
Stabbing people, all kind of shit going on in that motherfucker.
It's survival for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Who's your biggest influencer? You know, growing up in
far as what? In real life or entertainment?
No, in real life first.
My mama, man.
Yeah.
The hardest I know. Like I said, she had 2 kids, and my mom did her best to keep us out of the worst situations. So she worked her hardest to not make sure we didn't have to live in the worst place. It might not be the best, it's still part of the hood, but it's an apartment complex, it ain't the projects. She gonna make sure she keep you a notch above where she's just trying to hold on for her family. She taught us about no excuse. So don't make no excuses because it ain't none. Like our water get cut off, got to go to school in the morning. Shit, we ain't going today. Shit over with. No, it's not. She's gonna walk to the store, get some fucking water from the store. She gonna put it on the stove. She gonna boil it, get some hot rag and some soap, and you gonna wash your ass and take your ass to school and brush your teeth like nothing happened. Fuck. Can't get away from it. Oh, the power off. We can't eat. Yes, we can. Y'all dig a hole in the back. We're gonna camp tonight. Go get some sticks. You're gonna get the pot. We cooking. It's the same food from in the house, outside. It's no excuses. We don't got no sofa. We just moved to Georgia, a certain place. Go to the trash can. It's a good sofa. We're gonna grab it and bring it in the house. Put some plastic around it. Ain't no excuses. My mama live good now. My mama live good now. You know what I'm saying? She didn't travel. She didn't been around the world. She looked so young. God kept her fresh. You know, she did what she did, and I didn't see her do so much more than that I can talk about. That's my biggest influence as far as a person, and my father, because he brought me to the Lord. Even if he dipped, he told me about God. So boom, I'm talking about that shit right now.
Right.
And God know who I am, so I can do and be who I want. But the biggest musical influence would be Tupac.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's Tupac, and ain't no doubt because he's.
How long was he around? I mean,
25 years.
I mean,
26.
You seem young, man. You don't seem that
Hell
old.
no, I'm older than that. We ain't gonna tell you how old, but I ain't no little nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm an OG in this shit. But like, And I'm going to OG status, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? There's some real OGs,
Tupac,
50-50.
Tupac's a pretty good one.
Yeah, Tupac his music was the best to me. His poetry was the best, and I could relate the most.
Man, I love how you said that, the poetry. We miss that these days.
Yeah.
People don't realize some lyrics and what it's about and that like
Shit called rap, it ain't called beat.
Tell me.
Ain't no goddamn beat, it's words with the shit.
Should be. Should be, right?
When now it's about fun.
You know?
So the money made it fun. When we was growing up, first hip hop, it was about culture. And then it became paid. So now it's about fun. And then it became to me, we gonna make songs for white folks to entertain. And then if they like it, you accept it, you can get on the MTV. And then it became commercial. Not even realizing that white people like lyrics too. Corporate America and the record labels are telling y'all that a certain party crowd wants just that. You know, real people look what Eminem did when he came.
Right.
So y'all just gave up y'all lyrics and shit and let him, you know what I'm saying? Pure. Because we want to get money. And sold out. And so the culture sold out. And that's what it is now. It's sold out. Yeah. It's shake that ass is the movement now.
That's right. It is.
See, it was push the weed, push the beer or whatever, then it became push the chains and push the ball and shit. Yeah. And now it's just booty sales. This is ass. Twerk, booty everywhere. OnlyFans, booody. Yeah.
You're right.
I hosted twerk off. I mean, shit.
Yeah, you sure
I
did.
mean, Kamala Harris had twerk off. She had a twerk off. She bought Megan to twerk. I mean, the politics twerk. Shit. Trump bought Amber Rose. He down there probably wanted. She twerks. Twerk.
It works.
It works. I mean, twerk.
That's facts. So what's in store for Trohan? What's your future? What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, I see myself. I should have my record label should be what I've already preordained it to be and what it's supposed to be on the level. It's supposed to be Born Leader Records is my label. I see myself having several successful artists. I see myself within the next year.
What do you look for in an artist? If there's one out here watching right now, what are you looking for?
Hunger, motherfucking dedication.
But they're all hungry. They're all hungry at first.
As far as how you gonna present yourself, hunger don't never die. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying you hungry, people don't be hungry. They just
I know.
They want something to eat.
Yeah.
So hunger is what I'm looking for. A motherfucker that got eternal flame for a passion for what they do. And I'm looking for somebody who cares about their appearance. That's willing to work out and willing to invest in themselves too. You have to invest in yourself. I think it's important for everybody. No matter how somebody else investing in you, invest in your own self. You know, pour into your own pot. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to do that shit, then anybody else is willing to help you. Who gonna fight for you if you don't fight for yourself?
Yeah. So, well said.
But my shit coming out, and I look forward to having a few lounges because now I'm in this club shit, and I want to be involved. My lounges in Vegas though.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Caesar's Palace and all the love y'all show me. Yeah. I don't do MGM yet, but I always go.
Get you over in MGM.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm get an MGM.
Brad be trying to get me MGM, but I went over there. It's just not Caesar's. That shit just wild. More like
Caesar's original.
It's like I go to MGM and it's like shit. They smoking weed in this shit like hood
everywhere.
Like,
Vegas, come on,
it's
man.
Vegas, but Caesar's is like I say Caesar's because I don't know. It's just on the end of the strip that the clubs and shit like Dre's and
Dre's across
all that shit right there. I'm just
Omni,
everything. Goddamn, I end up at Jules and shit down there and all that shit too. But I'm gonna go to MGM.
Vegas.
Dre's. Shout out to Dre's and everybody in that DJ Big John, Finesse at the door. Shout out to 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, yeah.
Yeah,
he's there a lot.
Shout out
to
residency
there.
Huh?
Do you have a residency there?
He got a residency there. Shout out to 2 Chainz and shout out to Red, my security guard, his cousin Red, you know what I'm saying, from the hood. My dog, you know what I'm saying. That's how I got my music playing in Vegas, was through them. Wow. So me and 2 Chainz was at the dice table, and his cousin, security guard, recognized me from Atlanta. Yeah. Me and Chain like, where you from, nigga? He seen the AM here like, I'm like, what part you from? I'm like, Decatur. He like, what school you went to? I'm like, oh, he said open campus. He hard. I'm betting on him. So that's how me and Chain, man, got cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his wife. You know, everybody, they follow me on the ground. We all family locked in. And So
I got my 2 chains on right
you
now.
got 2 on here, 2 chains.
Yeah.
So he invited us out, and they invited me back down there that next week. And I went back down there, and they went to Dre's, and I went down there, and the DJ seen me in the booth, fucking followed me on Instagram. I went to After Hours Dre's the next night. The DJ said, hey, man, I followed you on Instagram. I said, I've seen that, man. I followed you back. He said, that song in your bio is a hit. I'm playing that shit next week.
Nice.
Oh, so he played it, tagged me in it, posted it online. I flew back down there the next week, 3 weeks in a row, you know what I'm saying? And he played it in
You must
front
have
of
did pretty good on the tables.
Yeah, I just was
3 weeks in a row. You did some damage.
I might have tried to want to get some of that back that last time probably. But he played my shit in front of everybody. He started playing a rotation. That's how I got my music playing and got emotion in Vegas a little bit. I earned it organically. Because at first I was just going to, shout out to every club. I went to every club, walked to the door, told them my name, introduced myself. And the ones that couldn't help me, I asked them could they get their manager because you can't help me no further. And I met all the top people. I talked my way into all the clubs. I don't wait in line. I didn't buy no section. I didn't buy no tables. I text them personally. I just come and network, do my shit like I'm in the A. And so shout out to all the clubs in Vegas. So that's why in 5 years, you asked me what I want to be at. Clubs in Vegas, record label on another level. My projects, Yohon Trotter, all my music is on Spotify. I got shitloads of it. You know, social distancing, stick talk, a lot of new shit coming. I ain't gonna name the name of my new project because folks dick ride and bite shit so much, it'll be on somebody's shit before I even get ready to drop my shit. But new music coming. As far as for the community, I got a program called The Extra Mile. It's gonna be like a boys and girls club where kids can come after school and it's their own sanctuary with all the media shit, all the books, schools, old games, cards, chess club coming, teach you how to do bank account, tie. I want to show them how to play sports, but also learn how to live life. And it's called The Extra Mile. So nice. That's what I want to create, and that's my life thing. So when I'm 60 years, 50 years, mid 40s and all this is what I want to be doing every morning. I want to get up and I want to watch the young folks do the music, and I want to see the young folks at the center have something for them every day, you know what I'm saying, to do that I would have a chance to do to be great. You know what I'm saying? Shit like the Salvation Army and Boys and Girls Club played a major part. Dorville Arena, shout out to Forrest Fleming, all that shit played a part, man. I talk a lot, so you didn't cut me off anytime you want.
Nah, man, you're good. You're good. You know what? I am going to give you one last thing. Look at the viewers. If you could give them any encouragement whatsoever, anything else you want to say to them, let them know right now.
Be you to the end, because it's going to hurt you when you don't get the results you want and you wasn't yourself. So I would say be you, stay humble, stay focused, be blessed. And when I say be blessed, I mean realize you blessed. If you woke up this morning, it was a blessing. So take that, you know what I'm saying, and know you can make the most out of your day no matter how bad one day is. Give it one more day because the next day might fix your problem. Don't ever cut yourself short. Don't ever take your own life. And don't ever, ever, ever write a family member off forever that you need or that you really love just because y'all have a disagreement. So get right with your folks, man. Honor your mother and your father. Be a good person, man. Get to this motherfucking money, man. And if nothing else, follow Yohon Trotter and Bam, because we do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. There you have it, folks, man. You couldn't say it any better. Yohon Trotter right there, right from the hood, all the way up, boom, worked up the ladder. Yes, his dad left him, but you know what? It didn't stop him. It didn't stop him from his dreams. He's still moving strong. He's a straight up hustler, and you can be the too. And as your boy always says, remember, if your life was a movie, would it be worth watching? And if the answer is no, then stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. Till next Wednesday, I'm your boy Wham Bam, and I'm out. And as always, stay positive, baby, and keep testing negative.
That way.